Hello and welcome, my Scorpio collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. Welcome to your 7-card draw. What do I need read for this new moon in Aquarius, waxing to full in Virgo. I am your reader, Angelo, Lyons. Mal for short, professional witch, professional intuitive, president of DrawingTheCircle Productions, the Archangel of Lyons. Angelo Lyons, but you can call me Mal. Hey, my fixed water signs, I hope you are all doing well. Well, we're going to find out what it is that you need from this new moon to full moon next in February 2021 in a 7-card draw, which means I have 7 different decks on the table, 1 card from each, getting you clues, tips, and hints about what you need for this very specific time frame. We are looking at the new moon in Aquarius on Thursday the 11th at 2:06 p.m. Eastern, but it goes void, of course, at the same time, so no new moon energy for us. It should be quite an interesting dark moon the 3 days before. New moon is called Dark of the Moon or Dark Moon. And then we are looking at the waxing phase of the moon when it hits full on Saturday the 27th, 3:17 a.m., a little early for me, in Virgo, right? So there's our time frame. All you need to know is that this is a general read, right? As ever, standard YouTube rules apply. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. And all the decks that I read are always in the description box at the bottom, along with other links if you are interested in some of that stuff, entertainment and education, edutainment, right? If you want to check that stuff out. Otherwise, all I could ask of anyone watching any of my videos where I read is that you keep your feet on the floor, if possible, both feet, and follow your breath. Like, be in the present moment so you can really take what resonates and what doesn't in your energy field, in your body, in your emotions. You kind of get the idea. Very much the intuitive thing. I can't believe I have to say that for a Scorpio because y'all are usually pretty good at that. So let's do this, shall we? Please take a nice deep breath. I know, all of that explanation for just waiting to inhale. Here we go. We're going to start with the Doreen Virtue Healing with the Angels Oracle. Here we go. My angels of water and the sign of Scorpio. Please, I need 1 card in clarity for the Scorpio collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign watching this video, receiving this reading. Who is, I should say, no, it really is a what. What is the healing angel, the group of healing angels they most need to call upon, work with, look into, channel, align with, however they do this. This new moon in Aquarius, waxing to full in Virgo, February 2021. Divine guidance, perfect. Now, of course, we get guidance in all sorts of different ways, but when it's divine guidance, usually that indicates a touch of mysticism, particularly with Scorpios, right? The mystery of it all. So you might be getting divine guidance in a way like on the hero's journey, particularly our more ancient forms of mythology, right? Egyptian, Greek, I mean, around the world, the hero takes the hero's journey and is often given guidance by the divine, but they don't give you the map, you know, they just don't teleport you from one place to the other. They want you to take the journey. So there's something to be gained here. Again, this is a waxing moon, so it's building, right? Expanding, even attracting, right? To yourself on your journey, this new moon to full moon next. So what would the healing angel of divine guidance do? A couple of different ways to look at that, and probably more than that. One is you get the divine guidance that you need to heal. It could also be healing you to hear and follow and feel your divine guidance. Sometimes the divine guidance makes us walk through fire because it purifies us in the process. And though the fear may be strong, the soul could be saying, we need to do this. We're going to do this. You can either go willingly or be dragged there. And that's the thing with the divine, right? So absolutely some aspect of the divine plan, the ineffable great plan. Thank you, Terry Pratchett and Neil Gaiman. Let's move on. We're going to use the Crystal Oracle. Tony Carmine Salerno's deck dedicated this to Archangel Ariel, one of the Archangels of the North, the powers of Earth, and she's also the Archangel of Lyons. Archangel of Lyons, please breathe. Yes, yes, yes. Hello, hello, hello. my beloved Archangel Ariel, my personal Archangel. Please, one card in clarity for the Scorpio collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. What is the crystal oracle message? The stone itself, their own experience with that stone, all of that, some of that they need to implement with this healing angel of divine guidance. This new moon in Aquarius waxing to full in Virgo. Ooh, rhodochrosite. I know for sure this has to do with relationships. Rhodochrosite is one of the stones I use personally for past life stuff. Selenite's good for that too, but you know, it's very much about your nervous system, right? Everybody's nervous system is different. Everybody's experiences are different. So let's get you to rhodochrosite. No, that's rhodonite. Rhodonite has black in it. Rhodochrosite does not yet. Here's the one. Oh, and this is like a page and a half. Relationships, compassion, blessings, love, and joy. So like I said, it's definitely a relationship card. The type of relationship it doesn't specify, at least not yet. It is through our relationships with others that we learn more about our own character. That is true, how you react or respond, and there's a difference between reaction and response. Reaction is knee-jerk, response is considered. From a higher perspective, everyone we encounter is a reflection of ourselves, and the universe has placed around us the things that will help us expand our love and tolerance. Absolutely, we've all been through that the past year, right? When we meet people we like, and people we dislike, when we see what we consider to be positive traits in others, we align with these characteristics because we believe them to be good. Yet, when we see what we consider to be negative aspects in others' characters, we refuse to see those same traits in ourselves because we judge them bad. And that's what's called the mirror of judgment, right? And I know they're going to say that you have it in you as well. Yes, we all have the propensities to come from the shadow, to come from pain, to do things that are not so great that we deem negative. But if you watch Greg Braden, it's on YouTube. It's like I think a 2-hour workshop on YouTube for free. Obviously, Greg Braden, G-R-E-G-G, B-R-A-D-E-N, Hay House author, NASA scientist, right? Called the 7 Essene mirrors. That the mirror of now, the first mirror of the 7, is you're having a good day and everything mirrors that back to you. Same thing. You're having a hell of a day, then you see hell wherever you go. The second mirror is the mirror of judgment. The universe aligning things so that you see what it is that you judge. And sometimes it's just acknowledging, oh yeah, no, I really do judge that. That alone can be the healing. So here we go. Yet the truth is that we have each trait within us. Yes, through holographic unity we do, either currently or in the past. Otherwise, we would not be able to recognize those traits in another, right? And you take in past lives, and that's why I use rhodochrosite for past life stuff. You are being urged to examine the traits you don't like in others, and rather than merely judge them as bad or avoiding them, look at what they reflect within you, even if that is your judgmental nature, because everybody's got that. My example for that is I tend to be very honest, right? Sometimes to a fault. Sometimes that brutal honesty that a Virgo sun with Leo rising can have, right? So, you know, when people are deceptive, lies, illusions, deceptions, and delusions, that triggers my judgment, because when people withhold information or change the information, it's really hard, particularly for Virgo, to make clear, empowered, loving decisions, right? So developing a compassionate attitude will help you realize that often the judgments we make about others are judgments we make about ourselves. Really get a hold of Greg Braden's work, because I only mentioned 2 of the 7 mirrors. All relationships are a mixture of positive and negative. They help us broaden our understanding of life and love and help us to see more of who we are. Now, there's an affirmation here. I'll get to that in a second. Course in Miracles, of which I am not just a student but a teacher. I'm not just a customer, I'm the president. Thank you, Cy Sperling, wherever you are. It can definitely be what the Course says is what is repressed is projected. It's just basic psychology. What you don't want to look at inside of yourself, you push down because you're judging it, right? And so you project that onto others, whether or not they actually have that vibration in the moment, right? It seems self-sabotorial subconsciously, certainly it is, but it's part of the lesson. It's part of the divine guidance you're getting. So this divine guidance is coming through the relationships in your life. Here's the affirmation. Not all of these have affirmations. I love and accept myself as I am. Rock and roll. I love and accept the world as it is. Just as tricky. Deep in my heart, I know that beyond perceptions of good and bad, only love exists, right? So that polarity of good and bad, knowing that when people do bad things, or as I was taught to say it, hurt people, right? To be a bit more compassionate. And isn't that part of this card, right? Joy, compassion, love. So keep an eye on your projections and your judgments, right? Now that's something for me, you could certainly do during a waning moon as well, to sort of acknowledge and dissolve the shadow, if you will, shadow work, embracing the shadow. But it can also be about building compassion, right? Because what is the opposite of judgment if not acceptance? Yeah. Let's see what's going on. We got 2 of our oracles down, right? We're doing 7 cards, 2 oracles, 2 tarot. 3 oracles, 2 tarot, 2 healing systems. Let's do our 2 tarot. Daughters of the Moon, what do you need to be aware of inside of yourself? Chakra coordinates, heart, throat, third eye, and crown. Please breathe. My beloved goddesses of water in the sign of Scorpio, please 1 card in clarity for this Scorpio collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign watching this video, receiving this reading. Please, what is it they need to be aware of inside of themselves, their own personal world, their own psychological world, heart, throat, third eye, crown. This new moon in Aquarius waxing to full in Virgo. All right, you got a court card here, but if it's inside of you, this might very well be what that rhodochrosite is talking about, right? Something within yourself that you might be projecting onto someone else. Now, Aquarius, being the fixed air sign, right? It's cardinal, fixed, and mutable for each of the elements: fire, earth, air, water, times 3, that's 12 signs of the zodiac. Crone of Blades Aquarius here would be the Queen of Swords. So there may be, well, there's so many different ways to feel this, so I'm going to go shadow and light. The shadow side of this, it can be very cold, it can be very distant, withholding information, and abuse, therefore, of that. I'm not so sure that's you, but you might be feeling that's going on here. You also might be dealing with an Aquarian, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. They might not have anything, but 11th house, right? Humanitarianism, right? Friendship. They are the rebels of the zodiac. The more positive side of Aquarius is that they have that egalitarian, this is Ixchel, the eagle woman. So it's what always reminds me of that word. Look it up, egalitarian. It's a lovely word. That they can not just pull back, which would be that distant coldness, but they also can pull back and up to see the larger picture, almost like GPS, right? And that's why they can think out of the box, because they can see out of the box. And if that's what's going on for you, that you're getting divine guidance, that would totally make sense, because you're getting something from a much higher point of view. You know, I ask my guides some days, it's just like, give me the signs billboard size, please, so I can't miss them. And if you're this close to the billboard, you can't see it. Sometimes you need to pull back and up to see the larger picture. So really, keep an eye, and this is new, I've never said this before with Aquarian energy, if a thought gets fixed in your head, right? Like no matter what you do, it comes back around. You look at those little floaties in your eye, right? Like no matter what you do, you try and distract yourself, it's still there. Then that is something that is really part of this rhodochrosite lesson. And you know, for the possibility here for love, compassion, and joy in, it feels like a particular relationship, but maybe all of your relationships in general. I mean, look, there's a difference between judgment and discernment. Discernment is looking both ways before you cross the street. Judgment is usually the projection of guilt that we don't want to deal with, and that's certainly indicated with that card of rhodochrosite. But it might not be the same form, right? Just like I said about honesty, right? It's like honesty is really big to me. So therefore, I can certainly judge that kind of stuff. Yeah, but at the same time, I can really look at that person from the larger picture and see perhaps they might be afraid. And I have fears too, we all do, so even though I might not be lying, deluding, decepting, and illusioning, I guess that's the right word, the fear might be the same. Yeah? All right, so let's see what's going on the outside. Mythic Tarot. This can be the situation that you need to be aware of outside of yourself connected to all of this, or how you appear from the outside looking in. Please breathe. Oh my gods of water. And the sign of Scorpio, please. One card in clarity for the Scorpio collective. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Sun, watching this video, receiving this reading. What is it they most need to know? Considering they've got the healing angel of divine guidance that they need, rhodochrosite that they need to work with, relationships, love, compassion, joy, and that it does feel a little mysterious to me at this point, that Aquarius card. Like, I feel like I could have gone on for another 10 minutes reading that card. So please clarify that. What's going on the outside here for this Scorpio watching this video, this new moon in Aquarius? Yeah, oh, and this is the Aquarius card, just caught that. This new moon in Aquarius waxing to full in Virgo. All right, the Fool. Now, when you have a major arcana here, that means that this is a big thing going on the outside. A leap of faith. Everybody wants to make it the first card of the tarot. It's not. It's the 0, right? The 0 has no numeric value. It stands between the card of the world or the universe and the magician, right? So it is that gap. It is that time where, and you see it all the time, not in every tarot deck, but in most tarot decks, this is Dionysus, this is my patron god. Can't you tell? About to jump off the cliff, or at least take a step looking up, following what? Divine guidance. So I do feel like this is a situation where that is what you are being guided to do, to take a jump, to take a plunge, to take a leap of faith, but with this Aquarian card from a larger point of view, and perhaps even from a more humanitarian, friendly point of view. Aquarians really are the friends of the zodiac, but they're also the freaks of the zodiac, so they usually find a way of doing it that's very outside the box. Interesting. We have our 2 healing systems. Next, we're going to use the Chuck Spezzano Love Pack. It has 4 different suits in it, but half of the deck is the suit of problems. That's back there, because Waxing Moon, we don't want to wax our problems. We want the other 3 suits, Grace, Healing, and Luck. So let's see which one you get. Please breathe. Yeah, okay, I'm going to go with the Ascended Masters of Soul Contracts here because of that relationship thing. All relationships are soul contracts, twin flame, soulmate, a whole bunch of different ways, I guess, of looking at that. So please, my beloved Ascended Masters, one card in clarity for this Scorpio collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign, watching this watching this video, receiving this read. What is it? What is the piece of luck that they need to be aware of so they can take advantage of it in a good way? Or what is the piece of healing that they need to acknowledge, embrace, and implement? Or what is the piece of grace that's permeating the situation that they need to be aware of and flow with this new moon in Aquarius waxing to full in Virgo? Now, I just heard, because this is the Aquarius new moon with no real new moon energy that we're starting off the waxing cycle with, this might be a bit more free form. There might be a bit really, the dark moon is going to be really important for you, I feel, in terms of letting go of those last vestiges so that you can take this leap. And you've got the luck card of the suit of luck, so be aware that you have got luck. Luck on your side. I know, love on your side. Was that Thompson twins? Yeah. So if the Ascended Masters are saying luck, and this is a woman who's sort of going through a field of flowers and finds a heart, right? It's a heart flower. Boogie, oogie, oogie. So, like, this feels good. This feels good, but you need to be aware, right? Be aware that there is not just a piece of luck itself sort of lighting up this whole situation that you are in, which says that the risk taken with the leap of faith, you have luck on your side. So shake those dice and steal that rice, right? All right, the Matt Kahn Healing Mantra deck, really an amazing healing system. What is the healing mantra that you need with all of this? Please take a nice deep breath. Yeah, in terms of a relationship, I get it. The luck part of it, like that, like this is a gamble, a risk worth taking that leap of faith. So please, my ascended masters of soul contracts, what is the perfect healing mantra for this Scorpio collective sun, moon, rising, Venus sign watching this video, receiving this reading with the divine grace, the healing angel of divine grace they need to work with, the rhodochrosite that they need to work with, the crone of blades, Aquarius, right? Queen of swords, Aquarius. Really, I feel like connected to the dark moon more than the new moon here, about maybe releasing some belief patterns there, seeing things from a larger perspective. They need to do that. They need to take this leap of faith, or be aware that the cliff is there, and that they need to know they're lucky, that there's a big luck thing here, all about, you know, the divine timing coming together, right place, right time. So please, what is their perfect healing mantra? This new moon in Aquarius, waxing to full in Virgo. Oh, unhooking the past. This just came up. Who got this? Oh, the last reading that I did, Libra has unhooking the past. So if you have any planets in Libra, you might want to check that out. There is nothing to regret when I learn from my past. Now, this one has a bookie book. I'm trying to reduce the amount of bookie book readings that I do, but really with the Crystal Oracle, it's too much to memorize, and I certainly can't memorize all of this verbatim. I'm not very good at verbatim. I paraphrase. So let me just read it to you anyway. Unhooking the past. There's nothing to regret when I learned from my past. When you unhook the past, you are able to see crucial moments of growth from fresh perspectives, which I do feel like is that Aquarian larger picture for you. This allows you to see the mistakes of your past as catalysts for development, not as something you did wrong. Right? So that's the thing. If there is projection going on here, if you did me wrong or you did that wrong, then very well it might be not just the mirror of judgment, but the mirror of the now as well. It's just you're repressing it, right? So to look at this, and that you didn't do anything wrong. Matt Kahn's book, The Universe Always Has a Plan, 10 Golden Rules of Letting Go. Check it out. The first one he talks about is you haven't done anything wrong. There's a divine plan. It's like being in a Disney ride. You're on rails. You do the best that you can on the journey. But it's not something you did wrong. It is an opportunity to see how your previous actions could have been aligned with your highest values. When you learn today the things you didn't know before, you're able to meet your current circumstances with renewed clarity, so the past can be unhooked instead of repeated. And I just heard, yeah, that's totally Mercury retrograde. Even though you're a water sign, if you have any planets in air, right? Particularly, I would say Virgo or Gemini, which ruled by Mercury, which is retrograde, I would take that into consideration so that this stuff can be unhooked instead of repeated. This mantra is ideal for overcoming self-criticism, releasing shame, and being more open-minded, which is still very much that Aquarian card. All right, so unhooking the past. There is nothing to regret when I learn from my past. So let's ask the higher selves of all involved. Now, when I say the higher selves of all involved, I'm not going into what a higher self is at this point, but it's essentially the divine aspect of you that only incarnates a itty bitty teeny part called the soul. You know, the soul that you are. But because this is obviously relationship oriented, it's going to be the higher selves of everyone involved here. Please take a nice deep breath. Whispers of Love Oracle, the higher selves of all involved. Please, one card in clarity for this Scorpio collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign watching this video, receiving this reading. What is the whisper of love? The piece of information, inspiration, or insight this Scorpio needs with this divine guidance angel they need, rhodochrosite, Aquarius energy inside, the Fool on the outside, luck overall, and unhooking the past. Higher selves, what's their whisper of love message this new moon in Aquarius, waxing to full in Virgo? Show simple acts of kindness. A simple act of kindness can energize you and bring happiness to those around you, and I do feel like therein lies the risk, right? A simple act of kindness, right? Today, that's like a text message saying, hey, I hope you're okay. right? If this person that you are dealing with at this point, if you don't know who it is, it's understandable. This is a general read. But like I said, there might be more than one person going on. I mean, you can even repress energy and project it onto someone on the TV, and I will leave that there, right? So obviously with that situation, it's gonna be a little hard to take a simple act of kindness unless it is in prayer, right? But you're being divinely guided here. This is something about you, but lessons are being taught to you through your relationships. There's something very lucky here, though. It's like you were lucky to go through whatever happened so that now you can look back and learn, which is what the divine guidance is all about, to teach you something by taking the larger perspective and seeing what you've learned so that you can unhook the past. Really clear reading. Let's get you the blessing. I love this part. Please take a nice deep breath, my Scorps. My collective pantheons of the divine, please may the Scorpio collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign watching this video, receiving this reading, be blessed with all that they need this new moon in Aquarius to full moon next in Virgo, that they may take the leap of faith in front of them, unhooking the past, that there's nothing to regret when they learn from their past, and working with rhodochrosite to see the projections going on in their relationships, to bring love, compassion, and understanding to them through calling on the angel of divine guidance to guide them through that, so that they may show these simple acts of kindness that can energize them and bring happiness to those around them, with great luck permeating the whole situation as they take that higher perspective, that more egalitarian, friendly, humanitarian, larger, out-of-the-box perspective. This new moon to full moon next February 2021. So motivated. And so it is. There's your read. If you liked it, thumbs up. Right? Something made sense, something clicked. Absolutely. The more, every time somebody clicks it, clicks the thumbs up, an angel gets their wings now. But other people can see it. It helps circulate the video. So really, if something resonated for you here, please do. And if you want more, subscribe. And if you feel like commenting, absolutely, please do. I do read the comments and reply back when I can. Otherwise, I'm wishing you the very best and the very, very blessed of all of this going on. The new moon in Aquarius to full in Virgo, February 2021. Hail, farewell, and blessed, blessed be.